Hello, everyone. Welcome. Today is Monday, April 17th, 2023. I am Solid Blue Sister, and this is my turn to talk. I'm sorry, guys, I'm chuckling because someone sent me a message about his being number one today. Hey, Grid. Yes, you are. And welcome to anyone streaming on any other platform. Welcome. I appreciate you. Thank you. Hey, Frankie. If you notice, Grid said he was number one today. Oh boy, you guys are funny. Oh boy. And I do hope everyone's having a wonderful day. It is not sunny in sunny Southern California. It is cloudy, but it is still a good day. Hey, Rock. How are you? Hope you are doing well. Okay, you're over on YouTube. Okay. Frankie, you're gonna have to jump over there also. Hey, Brina, welcome. Okay, everyone, we're gonna lighten it up a little bit today. Oh, and Brina, I am coming back on Thursday with the Thursday fun one. I think that you will like. Um, so, but I'm gonna lighten it up a little bit because like last week it was heavy. Well, I hope you feel better, Lou. I hope you do. Hey, GP, welcome. So, like I said, we're going to lighten it up a little bit today, and we talked about this once before. We talked about dating exes, but the conversation. I went back and I listened to that show, and I was just laughing. It was a show that just made me laugh because everybody had their own opinion about dating exes. I mean, some people were like, hell no. Some people like me, I was like, I don't care. Other people were, in the middle, but it was the comments that people were making. The show could have gone a lot longer. So I said, what the hell? I'll do the show again. So for me, guys, an ex is an ex. They're gone. If my girlfriend wants to date them, date them. I don't care. They're exes. If you all, if y'all want to, do whatever, as long as we're not together, do it. I don't care. So, um, so and then Lou says X equals expired. And that's how I see it. It's like they're gone. So why do some people have such a hard time with dating exes? Why is it, why do some people get bent out of shape? You're dating my boyfriend, you're dating my girlfriend or whatever. They're not yours anymore. They're exes. So what difference does it make? What difference does it make if if someone's dating them? I mean, does it really matter? Chris said, Elsa, you can have my ex. See, I mean, this is what I'm saying. It's like, does it really matter? You know, I mean, but seriously, why do some people get bent out of shape? And I'm not talking about like, okay, the ex has been an ex for like a month or two. I'm talking about 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road, and your friend or your even if it's your bestie starts dating your ex and you're bent out of shape and you're married or you're in another relationship. Why do you care? So oh, so can y'all just tell me why? Tell me why. Anybody? Anybody? And Lou says, well, that's just weird. Brina says, I wouldn't want a friend of mine to date my ex. That's awkward. But why? Okay, but is it awkward for them or is it awkward for you? Because apparently, if they're dating each other, um, is it awkward for them or is it awkward for you? Is it awkward in the sense of what you may have done with that person? When I say done, I'm saying you could have been intimate, you know, I mean, you all could, I mean, I don't know. But again, it's like they're together and you're not with them anymore. They're not with you anymore. Okay, will probably make my new man feel weird too. Okay, so time doesn't matter. Brina, time doesn't matter, and sloppy seconds. Come on, come on, Lou, because a man, in that case, a man can also be a sloppy second, you know. And when you think about it, if we've all dated other people, would you say that you're sloppy second for someone if you weren't there first, or you know whatever? So, I mean, come on, hey, Alpha, you know. So, Brina, is it would time make a difference that instead of, you know, your friend started dating them within a year or a couple of months, if it was 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road, would it matter? Or, I mean, he should be secure enough, but still, okay, but are you? So, and Brina says, I mean, what was somebody back in my teenage years? Okay, so why is it different? Why is it different if you if your girlfriend were dating, if one of your friends started dating someone that you dated in high school as opposed to college, or as opposed to, you know, someone on your previous job, you still dated them. So what difference does it make how old you were? And Lou says true, but never friends, and there's rules. There's friends X, but there's rules. Okay, so do you guys believe that there's somebody out there for everyone? And Grid says, just because it didn't work out between y'all doesn't mean that your friend and your ex won't work. Maybe they have more in common. And Grid, that's where I was going. That is where I was going. Just because you guys didn't get together, because I do believe that there is someone out there for everyone. But maybe your ex, you know, you just weren't the one. You weren't the one for him. He wasn't the one for you, or vice versa. But maybe your friend is. So are you going to say that you're going to deny someone a chance to be happy just because you feel awkward, or because there's supposed rules? Lou says, if someone you know tries to date your ex, they've been checking them out the whole time, possibly. But then again, they're an ex. They're ex. And exes are exes for reasons. And Grit says, yes. Yes, I wish my friend all the luck in the world. I mean, you know, it's like if y'all want to be happy and you weren't happy with me, You're happy, with my girlfriend. Okay, you know, then that's your insecurity. I mean, don't you think? Hey, Frankie, thanks for joining over there. I mean, Alamco Promise, welcome. So, anybody? So again, I ask, is it the passage of time? Is it the passage of time? Would that make it better? Anybody? Y'all are being quiet today, somewhat. Okay. Lou is laughing. I'm not sure why. Oh, and Minnesota says yes. Okay. All right. I mean, is it the fact that it's not necessarily a rule, but the fact that you're jealous that your ex is now with one of your friends? Could it be a jealousy factor that the two of you all didn't make it work, or you guys broke up for some reason, but now they're dating your ex? I'm sorry, now they're dating one of your friends. Is it jealousy? Okay, Rock says yes. I was say, hold on. Rock says no. I'm sorry. Grit says I don't care if my friend wants to date a day after we break up for 5 years. Grit, I am with you. I mean, seriously. I mean, if we're broken up, and I'm talking about not, oh, you have the fight, y'all, I don't want to be with you anymore, whatever. I'm talking about you all are broken up. It's like you're gone. And some people, you break up and you can, still be friends. I do believe that's possible. Um, People are friends with their exes. But if you're broken up, you're broken up. So, Grit, I am 100% with you. Hey, Power Girl, welcome. Hold on, Grit's popping on. Hey, Grit, what's up?
Hey, Solid. Hey, everyone. How's it going?
I am good. Good.
It's good.
So I am with you 100%, Grit.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see any issue. There's no weirdness, you know, with me. All I say is I wish them all the best of luck. It didn't work out with me, and maybe it'll work out with them.
Okay. Now, Lou just said, my exes have my two sons. It would definitely be weird. But weird in what way? Because when you say they have your two sons, are you talking about custody, or you're just saying just in terms of the mother of your sons? Because either way, if your ex gets remarried or starts seeing someone else, your sons are still going to go visit or whatever, or vice versa. So I don't know. Britt, what do you think about that one?
I think he means like if his ex dates his friend and he has kids with his ex, that means his friend is gonna, be like a father figure to his kids, maybe, and that would be weird for him.
Okay, Lou, is that what you're talking about? And you said, yeah, custody. But again, at the same time, even if it's your friend, you're still going to interact with your ex because your kids are there. So whether it's a stranger or a friend, I kind of may want my friend to be around my kids more so than someone I don't know, because at least I know what the friend is. I mean
Yeah,
seriously.
true.
I mean,
Yeah,
you don't, here's a stranger, but here's my friend. It's like at least I know that my kids, I don't know. And Alpha says, I don't think it should matter unless there's a reason you don't want your friend to date your ex, like you're not wanting to see them around or whatever else. Give me a good reason not to. Just don't date my family. Okay, so Alpha, are you saying just don't date your family, meaning you don't want your friend dating your sister or your brother, or if if it's a female friend, you don't want her dating your brother? I mean, so I don't know if somebody wants to date my sister, date her. I mean, it's like now we're like banning. We go from banning books and now we're banning friends. I mean, seriously. And Lou says those aren't my friends. Hey, Shelby. I don't know, Grant. I mean, okay. I don't know. Do you care if your friends date your family members?
Not really. I mean, if I have a friend that fancies my sister, I wish him good luck as well. She's a feisty one.
Okay, so Stacey, you're wishing him luck more. So, I mean, and once again, it's like, would you rather your friend, the friend that you know, date your sister or brother, someone that you know, as opposed to some stranger that you don't know? So,
I don't mind. I mean, if someone wants to date my sister, a friend of mine, I don't mind. If they feel they have, something going on between each other, or a spark, or if they fancy each other, then I wish them all the luck.
Okay, now Brina says, had a cousin that dated my friend, it got messy. So Brina, I'm going to assume, and I probably don't assume like they say, but I'm going to take a venture here. Did it get messy because the family got into the business? That things weren't, that the friend came back and said, well, your cousin is this, or the cousin was coming back and saying, well, your friend is this. Because if that's the case, then to me, the ground rules would be, you all are dating. It's not a family matter. Whatever goes on between the two of y'all, then that's what it is. And okay, and I had to tell them I'm staying out of it. Okay, so it got messy because they coming to you saying, well, your sister, your brother, my cousin, whatever. No, if they want to date like any other couple, is not my business.
Exactly.
Because they both come to you with problems and you feel like you have to pick sides. Nope, not picking sides. Hey, Mama Bear, not picking sides. Nope. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I'm just one of those people like, y'all want to date? Okay, y'all have a fight. Time for me to go. See ya. I would curse them both out equally. See, I wouldn't even give them a benefit of a cursing out. It's be like, bye, see ya. Nope, y'all together. Y'all deal with it. So, Alpha says, Brina, yes, like just want to smoke a blunt. Not hear why your partner doesn't want to role play with you. Yeah, Alpha, a little bit too much information. But Grant, okay, so let me ask, because I did ask this, but no one really gave me an answer. And Shelby says, I do not get into domestic disputes. Absolutely. So do you think that is jealousy as opposed to why people don't want the other one to date the friend, or the friend to date your ex? That is jealousy?
I would imagine it is. I've never been in that situation, so I wouldn't know how I would react. But I would imagine it's jealousy, I suppose.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that you guys that are saying no, it's more out of jealousy that your friend is able to have a relationship, especially if it's a relationship that lasts. So my next question would be, so if this relationship lasts and they end up getting married, I mean, and they invite you to the wedding, and it's not out of spite or rub your nose in it. They're just either truly saying, if hey, we're getting married, we would like for you to come. Are you not going to go because you're all bent out of shape because they made it to the altar and you didn't? And the thing that I laugh at some of this is because The people who are getting upset are in relationships. You're in another relationship or you're already married to someone else. So why are you getting upset that your ex is getting married to or is dating your friend? Why do you, I mean, seriously. I don't know.
Yeah, they must remember. I mean, if you get invited to their wedding, you should be happy because and you guys broke up for a reason, and you're happy to have escaped sometimes with your life, and it's someone else's problem now. So then getting married, it's one step further away from you, I suppose.
Yeah. And Lou says, why would they even invite you? They're inviting you out of courtesy. I mean, put it like this. I do not think that every couple that breaks up and is an acrimonious breakup. I think that some people break up because, for whatever reason, they just couldn't make it work, but they remain friends. And if your friend is dating your ex and you all are friends, why would she not, or why would he not invite you to the wedding? So then I again go back to, is it them or is it you? Is it you that just can't get over the fact that these two got together and they are sincerely inviting you to their wedding? It's up to you if you want to go, but I think that's a nice gesture that they invite you. And I know a lot of people who get invited to their exes' weddings. What's the big deal? Alpha says, Grit, just sit back and watch the mayhem. Oh boy. I mean, I truly just don't think that there's, that people get all bent out of shape, um, over something like that. So, some people think it's a big deal. I don't. You want to date my ex? Date him. Go ahead. I don't care because I'm not with him anymore.
Now, solid. I would have an issue with my friend dating my ex if I found out that she was cooking him uh, a, a mean ass meal, and she wasn't cooking me a mean ass meal when we were dating.
Well, I think they were
Then
probably
I'd have a problem with it.
okay. Then I would think that there's probably something that's going on there. Whatever. You're like, okay, so I'm getting a hot dog for dinner and you just made him a pot roast. Well, yeah, I think, yeah, there's a problem there. So, yeah. Hey, bro, welcome. Alpha says, I don't know about being a friend with an ex. That just seems weird. Um, I don't know. I don't know. Your ex could be your ex because maybe you guys broke up because, job situation. Somebody was moving. um Maybe you broke up because you had to, maybe you were high school sweethearts and you all moved out of town or something. You all became exes. Then it just wasn't going to work out. You all tried the long distance thing for whatever reason. Everyone that breaks up does not break up because it was bad. Every breakup is not bad. Some people just, they wake up one day and they realize that, what, this just isn't working. We think differently, we see things differently, or you want to go left and I want to go right. We're both not going down the middle. We each want different things, and you agree to break up. So but to go into every relationship thinking that if you break up that you're going to hate that person, I don't know. I mean, like I said, if you want them, take them. They're exes. I think a lot of people. Well, never mind. Never mind. They're really
Yeah,
quiet.
I think it's better for everybody that if you could, end up after breakup to remain friends with that person, because it's just a lot more difficult when uh, you guys hate each other, want to kill each other every time you see each other. It just makes it more awkward, I think, as
And
opposed to.
And Grig, you make a good point because it does make it awkward. So if you're going to be the person who is stomping out the room or what have you, and the other person is just like, we can just break up and blah 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 blah, and bro says, not true. I am friends with all of my exes. It is possible. So are you the reason? Are you the reason? Maybe you were the reason why you broke up. So are you the reason that you cannot, especially if your ex, just says, hey, let's just be friends, blah blah blah, even if you have children and you all, whatever reason, you all don't make it, I don't want my kids seeing me consistently fight with my ex. I mean, and if they end up, getting married to my friend or vice, or girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, apparently it worked out with them. It didn't work out with me. More power to them. I wish you well. Rena says I could be civil with my ex, but not friends unless he's gay. Okay. So, Brina, are you saying that's just because of the relationship that you had, or with any ex you could not be friends? No problem, Greg. So, see, bro says, let's see, I wouldn't want to be friends. Okay, so you're just saying that you just would not want to be friends with an ex. Okay. All right. That's how people think. Women should love you whether they are with you or not. I'm not understanding that one.
Solid Blue, can I clarify that for a second?
Sure. Hey, bro. What's up?
What's going on? The dude Sean said that he was calling BS on the fact that I said I was friends with all of my exes, right? Let me say this. Women should love men and men should love women, whether they are with them or not. Don't you know that mostly all of the women or all of the men that women break up with and leave, they still might have something in some capacity that they still have to deal with them. So you may as well be cordial. If it's your baby mom or your baby dad, y'all got to still raise those kids, whether y'all together or not. If y'all had a business or some type or some kind together, you still got to conduct that business, whether y'all with each other. You don't have to hate people because you break up with them. Where's that law written?
And that's what I'm saying. It's like, why do you have to dislike someone?
If people have to hate you to not be with you, you might just be the reason why y'all broke up.
That's what I said. Maybe you're the reason. I mean, if you cannot be friends with someone, I mean, unless they did something really bad, or you did something really bad and it was just, just no. But again, every breakup doesn't have to be bad, and every breakup is not because of something bad. People break up for lots of different reasons. And if you break up, because again, a job or something like that, you're not going to talk to me because I'm your ex. You're not going to be my friend because we broke up, not necessarily, because of the relationship, but because of logistics. Or even if it was the relationship, if we just found out that, sometimes you're like, we're better off friends. We're better off friends than we are as a couple. You're not going to be my friend just because we're not getting along as a couple. Wow. I mean, I'm sorry, but I'm like, and Lou says, who says you have to like them anymore? You don't. I'm not saying that at all. And I know, and I don't think Bro is saying that, but it's like, who says that you don't have to like them?
Do you know, Solid Blue, this is the one show, and this show needs to go into the history books of the Solid Blue show, that we just totally in agreement right now.
I know we are, bro. Aren't we? Aren't we in agreement?
Yes,
No, we never agree.
Girl, I'm going to bring the church to your house next weekend. Listen, don't you know, Solid Blue, let me say this. it never ceased to amaze me. First and foremost, I never get with women that I really just don't like. So if I never get with a woman that I really just don't like, if something made me like her enough to even try to get with her, I'm gonna still have that same love for her once we break. Now, if she took all my money out my bank account and just closed everything I had, then I might have to shoot her. But other than that, most breakups are mutual. Do you know that? Most breakups are mutually agreed on.
I would agree with that for the most part, and it's interesting because Brina says, "I don't dislike any of my exes. I just think it can become messy and disrespectful to your new person." Brina, I'm not saying that you become friends with your ex, and then your ex is coming over, and y'all y'all are the three of y'all are sitting around having popcorn or anything. I'm just saying that if you have a if you all if the breakup was not something bad, and if you guys can still have some friendship there on some common ground where you all still truly get along, then it doesn't. So you're going to tell me that I can't call you every now and then and say, hey, I just wanted to see how you were doing. Fine, whatever. I'm not saying I'm calling you every day. I'm not saying I'm calling you every week. I'm like every couple of months, or maybe even once a year. Or I see you, in the mall, and you may be with your new person, and I'd say hi. You're going to ignore me because you're with your new person. I'm sorry,
But Solid Blue,
that's rude.
I'm so glad you brought that up. That what Brina just said. Let me tell you why I said, because dude Sean might have misconstrued me and thought that was what I was saying. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying exactly what you said. Don't you know, Solid Blue? I don't call none of my exes or be making arrangements to go out to dinner with them and their new boyfriend. Nah, I don't do that. But on birthdays, I might text them happy birthday over Messenger on Facebook or something, or just little petty stuff like that. Or if I see them out, hey, how you doing? I'm not going to say, oh, there go that individual right there, that's so and so. I don't do stuff like that, and they don't do that to me. That's what I mean by we cool. We're not friends. We don't be hanging out like Joey and them from the cast of Friends, but we can sure enough see each other without beating each other to death.
Right. I mean, and honestly, I mean, again, there are people who are exes that, as Lou says, my first baby moms hated my ex with a passion. She would keep my son away when my ex was around. Yeah, you are going to have some exes that are like that, male and female, but you're also going to have some that are okay. That it's like your kids are my kids. Everything's fine. I mean, it can happen. Crucible, welcome. So I don't know. Brina says,
I love Brina. I love Brina because Brina got a brilliant mind. I want to meet Brina one day and just buy her a steak dinner. Do you know Brina just said I would be okay with speaking to them every now and then, but not friends. But what I mean by friends, Brina, is just not enemies. We're not enemies. That's all I mean.
okay.
We're not enemies.
But you can still have exes that you are still friends with. And like I said, you're not talking to them every day. You're not, hooking up with them, whatever.
Exactly.
But you can still, I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with if you broke up with an ex on mutual terms and you all get along and there's that mutual respect. I don't see anything wrong with saying, hey, bro, I'm just calling to see how, you were doing, blah, blah, blah. Oh, everything's fine. And you talk for 5-10 minutes and that's it. So let's see. Brina says, I would be okay with speaking to them now. Okay, but not friends. Okay, I read that. Okay. And Grit, you want to say something?
Oh, no, just I'm back.
Oh,
back
okay.
Again. I just had to step out for a sec. Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, let's see. Did I get everybody?
Get Crucible on here.
If Crucible wants to come up. Do you want to come up, Crucible? And he just came in, so getting the gist of the conversation. Crucible, do you want to come up? Do you want to come up? But guys, I just think that, you know, I think that people just go overboard with the whole you know, this is my ex and da da da, and an ex is, you know, like an ex is immediately supposed to be hated. And I don't think that's true. And like I said, if you want my ex, take him. If you want to, you know, take him. I don't care. Take him. You know, I mean, they're exes. So, Crucible, welcome.
Hey, Solid. Hey, everyone. Yeah, I completely agree with the thread here. I mean, I've had plenty of exes. I don't like Bro was saying, we're not tight. I don't even necessarily text them. I don't know their phone numbers anymore. So, but if I did, or if we were Facebook friends or something like that, there was a social media way, I have zero problem wishing my ex a happy birthday or a Merry Christmas or something like that. Or, you know, they've moved on, I've moved on. These were not marriage relationships. These were just, you know, boyfriend and girlfriend. So there were no children involved. There was no domestic things. We didn't live together. So I understand that a lot of things can build up in relationships, particularly when you're married and you have kids and you're living together. Those things can fester and you get a lot of resentment. My exes we weren't like that. We were just very amicable. You know, if I ran into them on the street today, I think we would have a very warm exchange. We may not hug and kiss, but I don't think we would cross the street in anticipation. It just seems so petty. I mean, these are people, regardless of the circumstances of why you parted, and maybe regardless is not the right way to frame it, because circumstances do matter. How you broke up, what the issues were, was there betrayal, was there cheating, infidelity, all that stuff. That does matter. So I'm not saying it's immaterial, but you invested a chunk of time with this person. You more than likely told them you love them. You gave your heart to them. You shared intimate details of your life with them and shared other things. So the idea that you would just cut that person out of your life altogether just because you're not together anymore seems silly, short-sighted, and spiteful.
That's why I said get Crucible up here.
Well, you know, I mean, I just don't. I mean, again, unless it was something that was really bad, you know, I mean, unless it was something really bad that person, you know, did to you, and you're not going to talk to that person anymore. I mean, you're just, I mean, you know, if they hurt you in some way, or, you know, they like Bro said, you know, you're gonna take money out of my bank account or whatever. I mean, those relationships I can understand, but I don't think that we should just automatically assume that every relationship of every ex ended bad. There are people who have relationships where it just didn't work. It just didn't work. And they still speak to each other. I don't think it's a big deal. And if your friend, you know, ends up getting together with your ex, apparently they were able to make it work, and you weren't. So am I going to be jealous because my friend was able to make it work with someone that I wasn't? No. More power
Solid
to you.
Blue, can I say something really quick? I'm so glad you just said that, because check this out. My kid's mom, 20 years ago, right? When I left the state that she was in, my brother called me and he said to me, he said, yo, sit down. I need you to be sitting down when I tell you this. And I said, what you got to tell me? He said, well, so and such is with your kid's mom. I said, what you thought I was going to faint? Listen, let me say this, Solid Blue. We cannot conduct who exes see. And I'm not jealous and selfish enough to control anybody's life once I'm not with them any longer. I moved on. I'm doing what I was married at the time. I didn't care that she was messing with somebody that I knew.
But you have people that get bent out of shape because they are. And I remember when I was listening to the last dating show, the X show that we did, I was laughing because and Grit, I'm trying to think. Somebody put it in the chat. and I can't remember who said it. So maybe you guys remember, bro. I think you may have been on that show when somebody said, out of all the millions of people in the world, you can't find somebody else to date. And I remember that I was just laughing. It just made me laugh so much. But it's like, apparently not. Apparently they want to date your friend. Get over it. And again, wait, hold on. Because again, I say the people who get all bent out of shape are people who are dating other people, or they're married, or they're getting married, or they're in a relationship with somebody else. It's like, why do you care? Okay, bro.
Solid Blue, they corny. That's why they care. Do you know if one of my friends that I grew up with started actually dating my mom, if she was cool with it, I wouldn't have a problem. Let me tell you why, Solid Blue. Because we don't have control over what any individuals do with their life. Most of us, do you know the people that worry about what other people are doing are the ones that are not in control of their own lives? I pay too much attention to me to worry about what any exes are doing or who they doing it with.
I'm with you there. I'm with you there. I mean, I just don't. I just don't. I don't know. I just think that it's just silly. I just think that it's silly that people get so bent out of shape. Hey, Aaron, welcome. Some people get so bent out of shape because you are dating their ex, especially if it's like down the road. Like, it's not like you all just broke up, whatever. It's like a year to 2 years down the road. What do you care? Crucible.
Yeah, that's a good point about not being able to find somebody else to date. And I'm being facetious, obviously. Yeah, I think I just typed it in the chat, but I'll just kind of elaborate. When you can't or won't, and it's really you won't, because everybody can find somebody else. There's not just one person for everybody. If you are, I just lost my train of thought.
Well, your comment was, when you can't or won't find another person to date,
Right,
it's not love,
right.
it's ownership.
Right. It's becomes possessiveness. It's not. It's transitioned into something other than what it started out to be. And when you can't let that person go, and you can't see them be, you didn't. I don't know that you really loved them. I'm sure you thought you loved them, but when you love somebody, you want the best for them, even if that includes being with somebody other than you. So I think once people get rejected and the estrangement takes place, a lot of emotions kick in, and the love part seeps away, and it becomes possessiveness. Only I can have you. And when you think that way about somebody, you're denying them their happiness. That goes counter to claiming that you love somebody. And the other thing that I think gets overlooked a little bit, particularly in relationships where there are kids involved, particularly young children, maybe they're 12, 14, 15, old enough to kind of know the dynamics of a relationship, but not mature enough to understand the nuances of one. And they watch their parents or their parents, and whether they were married or not, it doesn't make any difference. Their parents are estranged, and they watch how they interact with each other. They watch the fighting, they watch the bickering, they watch the jealousy. And that's the example that you're setting for your children in terms of how to conduct their relationships when they get to that point in their lives. Kids are very, very observant, particularly at that age when they're going through times of trauma and adversity. They pay close attention, and they take the lead from their parents, and their kids just file it away, and they go, that's the way you handle these situations. You hate your spouse when the end comes. I think it's a dangerous message to send.
Well, I'm going to go and say that children as young as 5 and 6 see their parents fighting and whatever, or and they see that, and they look at it like, now they're not together anymore, and every time they see that person, they're this and this, and again, even when people get divorced, I do not believe that every divorce is a nasty one. Again, for whatever reason, when you say do death do us part, You're saying you're going to be with this person for the next, how many years? My parents were married for 60. And sometimes I look back on it as like, how did they make it to 60? And to be with somebody that long. People change. People change. And in some divorces happen because those people are changing. Doesn't mean that they don't love you anymore. They just don't love you that way. So you're going to sit up here and say that if you guys got a divorce that was amicable, and even if there's no children, that you're not going to speak to me, you're not going to be cordial or civil. You're going to think that is awkward. And again, I say, what does that say about you?
So,
I hold on, bro. I just want to say one other thing. I have had relationships where I have broken up with a person, and we have, not necessarily seeing eye to eye, but we were still friends. We still talk to each other. There's only one relationship that I have ever had, and this was back in my 20s. That was absolutely horrible. I mean, it was bad. It was really, really bad. And that person, I wish one day would drop dead. But other than that, any other relationship I've had, it's like, hi, how are you? Blah, blah, blah. And that's it. Move on. I'm sorry, bro. Go ahead.
No, Sally Blue, I'm sorry. Did you ever watch the Ninja Turtles with your son when he was younger?
Thank goodness.
The Ninja Turtles,
like
it was
Ninja
4
Turtles.
of them.
No, I did not watch that.
I got Sally Blue, I'm going to send you the Ninja Turtle CD series.
I watched the Teletubbies. Ugh. Anyway.
It was 4 of them. And they had a friend. She was the weather lady. And the news lady, her name was April. Don't you know they were schooled by their karate teacher who was a mouse? His name was Splinter, Master Splinter. He had them so cool that neither one of them would ever try to put the Mac game down on April because they knew it was better to share her than be arguing and bickering over one of them having her to themselves. See, when you see a corny kid, understand if you follow that corny kid home, you're going to see corny parents. And corny parents raise their kids to grow up and be corny adults. And those are the adults that have a hard time socializing in their older age.
I agree with that somewhat. Okay. I can get on board. But I just think that get over the fact that your friend is dating your ex. It may last, it may not last, but the bottom line is, why do you care? Why do you care if you all show up at a barbecue and you all have mutual friends and you show up at a barbecue? I mean, I'm trying to have fun. I'm not trying to avoid you because you're with my ex. I'll go up to you and say, hey, what's up? And you say whatever, and I'm still trying to have fun. I'm not worrying whether or not y'all are dating or whatever, cohabitating. I mean, not my business. I'm not with you anymore. So, Grit, you've been quiet.
Okay, solid. Yeah. So I just want to say that I was married before and got divorced. It was an ugly divorce. Dated someone else for 2 years and then ended up back with my ex-wife, and we're still together today.
That's interesting. That's interesting.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I'm not trying to get into your business, but I am going to ask this. So it wasn't an acrimonious breakup then?
Well, it was more interference from like her side of the family, which I just got fed up with, and she wasn't wanting to change or anything, and we broke up, and then because I was leaving her, she got all nasty and then got our kids involved and stuff. So that's where it became ugly. And so I just decided to move on with my life, and that didn't work out too well. And so once that didn't work out, we started like having coffee and stuff together, and it just happened. We got back together, and then we immigrated, and we're still together today.
I mean, and see, and that's another thing too. When couples break up, sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes it's because your family won't stay out of your business. Tell your mama to go home. Tell your daddy to go home. Tell your brother and sister stay out of your business. So it's like sometimes it's external factors like that. But Grid, the fact that you guys can get back together, once again, every breakup does not have to be an acrimonious thing where it's awkward and you don't want to talk to that person. And I don't want to see that person. You're disrespecting my boyfriend. You're disrespecting my girlfriend. How are you disrespecting them? How are you disrespecting them by being cordial to someone else? I don't understand that. And Bro says, true indeed. So, Bro, do you want to say another? Let me say this.
You know what? You love that too much. I'm gonna not say that this time.
You know what, bro? I don't think that you are going to be able not to say that. That just tickles me every time I say it.
You sound wired to say that. Do you know? Check this out. A lot of people never been schooled in anything. Like, this is why I say that most people who are developed or raised by a parent, they get the bare minimum, and that's food, clothes, and a shelter. Nobody is schooling them. They don't have proper information. Most people that come into your life is only going to be there for a season anyway. Everybody that you run into is not the person you're supposed to marry. So some people come into your life to help and assist with your development. So it's okay if you move on. It's okay if they move on. You don't have to hate them. They just got out the way for the person that you're really supposed to be with.
This is true. This is true. I mean, I don't know the percentages, but how many people really marry their high school sweetheart? And if you do marry your high school sweetheart, does it last? How many people, have dated and they don't get married until later in life because they didn't find that person until, they were 70. I mean, you see 80-year-old people getting married, or you find someone else again, that person who you dated or you had a crush on, whatever, when you were in your 20s and stuff, and you meet them again and y'all get together and y'all get married years later. I mean, it is possible. But I just don't think that, again, I'm sounding like a broken record, but I just don't think that just because you dated X, that's some rule that you're not supposed to do. I think that there, again, I don't know what the percentages are, but I do believe that there are people out there who have dated exes and their relationships work. They made it work and they're together. Then again, I think there are people who dated someone's ex and it didn't work. Is that a lesson learned? Maybe. Or maybe it's just that person, you dated this person, didn't work, you moved on to the next one. So, Crucible?
Yeah, I think the other takeaway here in terms of how the fallout happens from relationships, and I'm surprised, and kudos to Grid, because usually the ugly ones, the ugly divorces, the ugly breakups are the ones that are hard to put back together again. And it just kind of goes to show the power of rejection. Nobody likes to be rejected, but it depends on how you're rejected. If let's just say your spouse sits you down and it's still going to be bad news. It's very gentle with you and says, look, I need my space, or whatever the reasons are. I can't be with you anymore. I'll always love you, whatever the explanation is. And they kind of help you through the process. The other option, obviously, is where you're throwing dishes and plates at each other, either figuratively or literally, and you're saying hurtful things that are intended to wound. Then that's the difference in terms of one type of rejection. I can't be with you anymore. And the other type of rejection, you're an awful person. You're inadequate. You don't have this. You don't have that. When those kinds of exchanges happen, that's when the ugliness really, really calcifies and people dig their heels in. And now it's not just about ending the marriage, it's about ending the marriage and wounding, sometimes mortally, figuratively speaking, of course, the person who I was in that relationship with. So we all have insecurities. And when we see our spouse or our significant other vulnerable and we know what their soft spots are, if we're in that mood, we'll go right for it. And we don't care, damn the torpedoes. We're going to hurt this person the way we know we can hurt them because we know them the best. So the circumstances of breakups do matter. What gets communicated does matter, because that element of rejection is what drives a lot of the animosity and acrimony that comes from a lot of these breakups.
Okay. I wanted to read some of the comments before I get too behind. Let's see. Brina says, I know a few people that married their high school sweethearts. Some lasted, some didn't. Lou says, I didn't get married till my early 30s. Britt says, I have an ex that I would marry tomorrow if I were single. Interesting. Hey, Juju, welcome. Sorry I'm late. Hope you guys are okay. Do another hour. No, I'm not doing another hour. Let's see. Holiday here in Massachusetts. Okay, no problem. That's right. The Boston Marathon is today. So yeah. So I mean, how you choose to break up with people will determine how you interact with them later on. But I don't think that that should be a factor of you getting upset if your friend dates your ex. So, so does this mean that you're not going to be friends with this friend that you've, have known for this amount of time just because they're dating your ex? So I don't know. So, Grant, I'm coming back to you because I'm interested. I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued about the ex that you would marry tomorrow. So how come y'all didn't get, now see I'm getting into your business. So how come y'all didn't get married?
No, that's all right. Yeah, so I had a girlfriend that one of my first serious girlfriends that I dated. We dated for like 10 years.
Wow.
And yeah, I was still a bit younger, so I mean, I couldn't have got married, but I thought it was heading that way eventually, and we split ways, and it wasn't a bad breakup, like we just both agreed, but we've stayed very good friends over the years, and yeah, so I think as far as I know, I think she's still single. She puts all her time in her one child she's got with someone else that didn't work out with her, and yeah, I just feel we're very good friends, and if I'm sure if we were in the same country still, and if either of us weren't senior one, we probably would get back together.
See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying, that you can still be friends without it being awkward and what have you. I mean, you can still be friends. So I don't think it's them. I think it's you. So, and when I say not you, but you know what I mean. But yeah, so yeah, I mean, I think that's great, bro. You want to comment?
Yeah, I don't believe that I'll go over any of my ex's house and sip Mai Tais with them and, practice jujitsu. But, we could be cordial enough. Just say, for instance, one of them called me and said, I need $100 for this. I don't think that's the worst thing in the world. I just think that we could be cordial on a level that is everything, for the exception of the intimacy. Everything. See, it's the intimacy that will take it out of bounds. Because when we broke up, we said we wasn't cool with that no more. So we got to keep it that way. But at the same time, just saying hi but that's not going to kill either one of us.
That's what I'm saying. It's not going to kill you to say hi and bye and be cordial. So, bro, we are actually agreeing. Wow. Okay. So,
first time ever in the history of the Solid Blue Sisters Show.
Crucible?
Yeah, I think that we owe it to ourselves as people, not to get all high minded or anything, but our exes are people too, and we're people, and we owe it to each other to be as kind to each other as possible, regardless of the circumstances. It doesn't mean you have to turn the other cheek and accept everything, in a subservient kind of a way. But we all need to grow up, understand that not everybody is forever. That's a very difficult concept for a lot of people to embrace, and you wind up drifting into this. If I can't have you, no one's going to have you. And that doesn't mean you're going to kill that person, but you're going to make sure that they stay unhappy, that they're reminded that you're in their life, they're not going anywhere, kind of thing. And I just think it's just so silly. We need to be better as people and wish our exes the best. If we truly love them, and like Bro was saying, the romantic love goes away, but you should have some fondness. You should care what happens to them, even if they're not the mother of your children, and you should truly want the best for them. Doesn't happen overnight. I'm not saying it should happen the first week you break up with someone. I'm saying everybody handles it differently, but ultimately that has to be the goal that you have in mind. Eventually you'd like to be able to stop on the street and have a brief conversation with your ex. That should be the goal of everybody. If it takes 5 years or if it takes 10 years, that should be the goal.
Okay. And guys, we are at an hour. I said I was going to keep my show to an hour. I'm really trying. Oh, even though some shows go long. But anyway, I wanted to revisit this this topic. I know, Juju. I know. I wanted to revisit this topic because, like I said, I went back and I re-listened to this show, and it was funny. Everybody had some comments. People. The group was a little different, but everybody, said what they had to say. So I wanted to revisit it again. Well, thank you, Lou, and thank you, Brina. So guys, I'm going to say again, as I said at the end of the show, I am bringing Thursday fun back. Okay. And I'm going to say this entire week until Thursday. Thursday fun is supposed to be fun. If you guys come into the chat and you make comments that are not fun, I'm not going to read them. I want to keep the fun. I truly want Thursday to be fun. I truly, truly do. So I'm going to be sticking to topic. I am going to try my best. We're going to stick to topic, whatever. I think it's going to be a show that is going to be funny. I have talked about it with a couple of people, and just some of the stories that they've told me just had me laughing. If you do not think that you cannot be fun and you come up on the panel and you want to get off, serious or whatever, please do not come on the panel. Please just listen. Okay. And y'all may think I'm being harsh or whatever, but and as Brina says, no fun suckers, or party poopers, so
Solid, we can talk we can talk naked and afraid on Thursday.
We can, and Greg is kind of along those lines, because I still go back and listen to that show, and Greg, that one part that you just cracked me up. I mean, I want to go back to where our Thursday fun shows where we were literally just cracking up and laughing. And so if y'all can't be that person, then listen on the replay or sit and listen in the chat, whatever. But if you're gonna come up and throw cold water, please, I'm being totally serious. So let's see. And Brina says, Crucible says, Brina, you looking at me? And Brina says, no. Because I've already been warned, so and Juju says love, naked, and afraid. So yeah, but yeah. So but anyway. So that's my show. Shahid, welcome, but we are ending it now. I'm going to clear the panel, and I'm going to leave y'all with, since we were talking about what do I want to say? Exes, whatever. I'm going to leave us with a little bit of miss you. I miss you. So on that note, guys, I'm going to play this. Like I said, I'm clearing the panel, so don't get all bent out of shape if you get disconnected. But here we go.
I miss you, old friend. Can I hold you? And though it's been a long time, old friend, do you mind? There were so many things I wish I had said. I meant to love you, but I hurt you instead. I've come here now to make amends. Can I sit down beside you? Can we be close again? 'Cause I miss you, old friend. Can I hold you? And though it's been a long time, old friend, do you mind? I'm hoping that you will feel this way too. 'Cause I miss you, old friend. I miss you.
And that's it. So I hope to see you guys tomorrow. Enjoy your day or evening wherever you are in the world, and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.